Hello everybody and welcome to the video course Develop and Operate Microservices on Kubernetes. My name is Martin Helmich and I'm going to be the one guiding you through this course. I'm from Germany and I work as a systems architect at an IT service provider. In my free time I like to work on open source projects and I'm a huge sci-fi nerd, and in my work I specialize in container architectures with Kubernetes. Which brings us right back on topic. Let us start with a short overview on what this course is going to cover. We're going to start gently in section 1, where you're going to get acquainted with the most important core concepts of Kubernetes. We will then quickly put these into action in section 2, in which you'll learn how to deploy services on Kubernetes and how to connect them into complex service topologies. After that, we're going to shift our attention from stateless microservices to stateful services, like for example databases, in section 3. In section 4, you're going to learn how to securely manage configuration data for your applications, and section 5 is all about automation by continuous integration and delivery. For this course, I'm going to assume that you already start with a working knowledge of Docker. You don't need to know all the details, but I will assume that you know what a container is and how you build and start your own container image. Secondly, I will also assume that you have already heard of the microservice architectural paradigm before. And lastly, in this course we will be using the command line quite a lot, so I'm also going to assume that you know how to work on a Unix or Windows shell. Besides knowledge, there's also some software that you are going to need for this course. First, there is kubectl or kubecontrol. Kubecontrol is the command line client for using Kubernetes, which needs to run on your local machine. For installation instructions specific to your operating system, have a look at the installation instructions linked on this slide. In order to work with Kubernetes, obviously going to need a working Kubernetes setup. The easiest way to get started is using Minikube, which sets up a single node Kubernetes cluster on your local machine. To use Minikube, you will also need a local VirtualBox installation. We will cover the local installation of Kubernetes with Minikube in detail in the next video. Alternatively, you can use an existing Kubernetes cluster, for example, at one of the major cloud providers like the Google Kubernetes Engine or the Azure Container Service. Lastly, you will be needing some kind of code editor. Most people have their own one true code editor that they love about all, so I'm not going to make any recommendations here, except maybe VS Code for the indecisive among you. Are you all set? Then let's get started right in the next video.